All right, we're back for another High Tide Imbibe. This time we have one that's one of my favorite go-tos from here in Nova Scotia, and this is one from one of my favorite breweries. This is Propeller Brewing's Common California-style lager. Now, this is made to emulate the Anchor Steam California Steam Beer, Common Beer, whichever way you want to say it. The traditional one is one that is using a special lager yeast to ferment at warmer temperatures. I don't think it's quite a lagered ale necessarily, but it is a special type of lager that's kind of was unique to California anyway. I don't know if they do the same thing here with this one. I don't know if they use the same process or not, but at any rate, they're trying to make a fair approximation of how those beers taste, what they're like. 5% alcohol by volume. I believe this used to be a seasonal for a little while, but it's now year-round. And this is a crisp, approachable beer, subtle, blah, blah, blah. Don't need to know that. They actually give the ingredients here. So 2-row malt, Canadian wheat, Crystal 75. So that's what's in the malt bill there. Hops, Northern Brewer, lager yeast. There you go. Like the design they have on their cans and stuff now. They've been updating their labels in the last few years, and that's great right there, what they sort of put right on there. It's good stuff. So you can get this in 6-packs at the NSLC. I'm pretty sure you can probably go to their different brewery locations and just buy it in like growlers and stuff too, and on tap, of course. But looking at it here, it's a nice little deep amber going on there. Very much looks the part. You have the sort of caramel malts at play here. So it's going to be a little bit darker. Toasted malts at that, I believe. Roasted, toasted, whatever you want to say. So go right to the aroma. And yeah. I mean, if you handed this to somebody and said it was an amber ale, I wouldn't call them a liar. It's got that deep of a sort of a roasty caramel thing going on. Just very much that is dominating the entire thing. A little bit of a herbal kind of kick in the back from the hops, but not a lot. But yeah, you could actually probably get away with lying to someone and saying this is an amber ale. So it's actually a bit more intense than say like Anchor Steam, which I feel like if I'm remembering correctly, was a teeny bit lighter on the aroma when it comes to that, and I think the hops maybe come up a bit more. So we'll go right to the taste. Cheers. Perfect. Really simple. Again, you could probably tell someone this is an amber ale, and you totally believe them. Big time sort of caramel malt thing going on here. Toasty, roasty goodness. And it's kind of one-dimensional in that respect, but these beers aren't made to be super complex. They're made to be simple drinking beers, good for eating with. Like, this would be a great food beer. It's got enough substance to it that it's not just some light, fluffy nothing. And it's got a really nice sort of herbal, nondescript herbal hop kick in the background. Dries out enough, but the balance here is pretty exquisite. And yeah, it's about as fair an approximation of Anchor Steam as you're probably going to get. Again, like I said, I don't know if they actually do the same process that Anchor Steam does for their beer to make it a California Common or Steam beer or whatever, but it's not like you can really tell the difference. It's very much just like Anchor Steam. Although maybe a little bit more intense in the maltiness, I think is probably where I'd sit it at. Maybe the hops are dialed back a little bit more and the maltiness is a little bit bigger. Either way, it's really refreshing. It's really nice. It's one of my favorite go-tos. Always enjoy it. Style-wise, I'm just going to throw a 9.5. And personal enjoyment, I'm going to throw a 10 for my overall there. My overall enjoyment of it. This is one of my favorite beers going. Love it quite a bit. And yeah, that's where it sits. So thanks for watching, guys. Another High Tide Imbibe. Cheers to you. Have a good day, night, whatever the fuck you're doing.